Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Stedman. In this video I want to teach you how to crochet this pullover sweater. It's very easy to do, and here is the list of material you're gonna need to make it. To make this pullover or sweater, I'm gonna use this yarn. I bought them at Michael. They come in these bags. They are Fashion Plus Meals and Assortments. Amazing value. 100% acrylic. They weigh 400 grams or 14 ounces, and it's medium 4. The color is a dark gray, almost like a charcoal color. And it has this little speck in some places. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful yarn for this type of project. You're gonna need a crochet hook of 9 millimeters or USN, a netting needle of 25 millimeter or US 50, or you can use a ruler. We're gonna do the broomstick lace just for the center in 20 chains, so it will be 4 groups of 5. And you're gonna need tapestry needle and scissors and some markers. We're gonna start making one strip of broom lace. So I did a chain of 20, and I did 4 designs, you see, and I did it for 12 rows. So if you want to make this a little bit bigger, because you have a little more boost, or you want a size bigger, you will do 25 chain. Okay, you will have 5 motifs in the front. So we're gonna start by doing a slip knot, and I recommend a thick crochet hook, that way it's nice and soft. And you're gonna chain 20 or 25 if you are doing this bigger. I have my 20 chain, and so you're gonna pull that loop to create a bigger loop, and you're gonna pass it through your needle or ruler, whatever you're using to do the stitch. Okay, a little tube, PVC tube or something. So you're gonna go to the next one, and you're gonna pass your hook, pull the yarn through. It's a little bit difficult to do the first row and record here in camera, so I'm doing my best. So here you go to the third one, you pass it through, and you pass your yarn. So you're going to continue doing this, creating this loop until you have your 20 loops on your needle. Here I have my 20 loops. So I'm going to pull them a little bit out, my first 5, because our hook is really very thick. So I'm going to hold my yarn here in the back. And I'm going to pull those 5 a little bit. And I'm gonna grab those 5, you see how easy it is. And I'm gonna pass my yarn under here, and you're gonna close that chain. Now you can move those 5 out, and you're gonna do 5 single crochet in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, you're gonna go and grab the other 5, and you're gonna do your 5 single crochet. But this time, when you pass your yarn through, you have a loop, and you have a loop in here, so that will be the first single crochet of the 5 that you had to do in here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now you have 2 of those motifs. So you're gonna do the other 2 exactly the same as these ones. Here I have my 4th design. So now you have 1 loop here. You're gonna pull that loop and you're gonna pass it through your needle. And now again, you're gonna go and pass your hook for every single crochet and pull your yarn through. Okay, now you have to have again 20 loop. So that's 2. This is the 3rd one. You're going to continue doing this all the way to the end till you have your 20 loops back on your needle. And I will show you how to do the row again, and from there you can do 12 of those motifs and don't cut your yarn. Here I have my 20 loops, so I'm gonna grab my yarn to the top again, and I'm gonna lose the first 5 to pass my hook through. I'm gonna pass your yarn, close that chain, and now we're gonna do again our 5 single crochet in here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, you're going to grab the next 5. And you're going to do your 5. Let me remove them all. You're going to do your 5 single crochet. And so you have 1 loop in here. When you pass your yarn through, you have 2 loops. And you're going to create the first single crochet of the 5 that you need in here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You continue doing this until you have 12 of this group, and don't cut your yarn. Okay, we're gonna continue with that. Here I have my 12 rows. They look like this. So here in the corner, we're gonna start working here on this side first. So you're gonna do in here, in this side, 3 single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And in this row of single crochet that you did on top of this motif, you're gonna do your number 4. Again, you're gonna go here and you're gonna do 1, 2, and 3, and in here you're gonna do your number 4. It'll be nice and straight like this. So you're gonna do this all the way to the end. 3 in the side of this design and 1 in the row of single crochet. We are working one side first and then we'll work the other one. It'll be nice and straight. I have to mention, if you want this longer, you have to do more rows. So I did 12, you can do 13, 14, 15, depend on the length that you want for yours. So here in the last one I did 3, and in this space at the chain where I did my first loop, I'm gonna do number 4. And it's nice and straight in here. Now we're gonna chain 3. And we're gonna do a double crochet on each space of the single crochet. Okay, so just double crochet all the way to the end. once you finish that row, it will look like this. So in here I have 48 double crochet, and this in the top here is the width for the color. So if you want it wider, that's why I said you should increase in here, okay? And here we have the 20 chains plus the row of single crochet and a row of double crochet, and here we'll have a row of single crochet and a row of double crochet, and that will be the width for the front of the color, okay? So here, since I have 48, I need to have odd numbers for the next design. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chain here until I get to my shoulder. So you have to decide if you want this color high or lower, and depend on the amount of chain you're gonna do here. So for me, what I'm gonna do is, for example, I have 48 here, 48 double crochet, and I'll come here and I'll do 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, and for example 57. So you see I have odd number now, and after that what you do, you chain one to turn your work around, and I go to the second chain from the hook and do your first single crochet. So you're gonna go back with a row of single crochet, and you have to have, for example, 57 single crochet, but I don't know if 57 what I need. I had to measure on myself this chain to see if it's long enough. So it will be like this, you see, and then the other one in here. It will give you the opening for your neck. I did the chain that I need for mine, and it's 63. Once you finish, it will look like this. So now you're gonna do here at the end, when you finish, you're gonna chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna turn your work around, and you're gonna skip this single crochet, and you go to the next one and do a double crochet. Chain 1, skip that single crochet, and go to the next one and do a double crochet. Chain 1, skip this one and go to the next one and do a double crochet. Like this, you're gonna continue all the way to the end, creating this design. Once you finish, it will look like this. And now you're gonna do a row of single crochet. So in here, you're gonna chain 1, turn your work around, and you're gonna do a single crochet on top of that double crochet, and a single crochet in that chain space, a single crochet on top of that double crochet, and a single crochet in the chain space. You're gonna continue doing this all the way to the end. Once you finish that row of single crochet, you're gonna repeat this row here and that row of single crochet, those two rows. Here we're gonna chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna turn your work around, and you're gonna do a double crochet on top of this half double crochet that is on top of this double crochet. Chain 1, you're gonna skip a single crochet, and you go to the next one. So you're gonna continue doing this exactly as you did here, and then when you finish, you will chain 1 and turn your work around, and you do a single crochet on top of the double crochet and a single crochet on top of the chain space. Once you finish those two rows, this is what it looks like. So now we're gonna work in here half double crochet for the rest of this side, and so is the back is half double crochet. Now we're gonna chain 2, and we're gonna do a half double crochet on top of each single crochet. Once you finish here, you will chain 2, 1, and 2. You're gonna turn your work around, and you're gonna work in the back strand at the half double crochet in here. I'm gonna do you half double crochet only in that back strand. So you have, when you look on the top, you have that one in the back. Is that where you're gonna work? And this is nice and soft. You're not doubling up the stitches. So you're gonna continue doing this until you get the desired width that you need for yours. So that will be until you get to the side under there where you need to sew together the back piece. Okay, I will do mine off camera and I'll let you know how many rows of half double crochet work in the back strand I will do for mine. And it's like this. Okay, so this had to be worked until you get the desired width. For me, around here. I did 6 rows and I look like this and I feel amazing. So I finished here in the bottom. So I mark here for my opening for the arm. I measure 20 centimeters. So that was 22 half double crochet, and that's for the armhole. So we're doing this almost in one piece all the way the back until the under the arm, because and then we have to do this side from here out until we have this side like this, and then we sew here in the bottom. Okay, and that's the sewing that we're gonna do to close our piece. So here I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22, and after you pass the 22 I place my marker. So I'm gonna work half double crochet in the back strand until I get to this one, that I will grab the 2 of them. I will pass it through the 2 of them like this, that way it's nice and strong. After that I will do a chain of 23 plus 2 to create the other side of the arm. So here I'm gonna continue with my half double crochet until I get to the marker. I'm gonna work my last half double crochet where the marker is, and I'm gonna grab the 2 strands of yarn, that way it's nice and strong under the arm. And now I'm gonna do a chain of 23 plus 2. So when I have my 23 chain, I will attach in here, and I tried around because these look a little bit too big for my arm. So if it's too big, I will undo the chain and I will do 1 or 2 more in here, because this is stretch. I don't want a loose sleeve. I want it nice and fitted. 23 is perfect, so I have 23 plus 1 and 2, and you're gonna count 1 2 and 3, and then number 4 you're gonna do your half double crochet. And why number 4? Because the chain of 2 count as the first half double crochet, and that chain of 2 is on top of chain number 3, and then the second is in number 4. So you're gonna continue doing your half double crochet and the chain until you get to this part in here that you're going to be working only in the back strand of yarn, and then you're going to work the half double crochet in the back strand of yarn until you have the width of your back. So once you have that side done, you'll finish working only in that row until you have 22 stitches left, and then you will cut the yarn, leaving a tail for sewing. And then from there we'll work in this part here until we have our 6th row, and then we'll sew together those 2 ends under the arm. Okay, so you have to have 63 stitches if you're doing the same length as mine. So you're gonna work your row like this for the back. Okay, 1 half double crochet in the back strand. This is what it looked like so far, and that 9 row here, but I only have a little bit of yarn here. So before I attach the next ball of yarn, what I'm gonna do is create the other side in here, just like this, until here, until this row in here, row number 6. So in here we start from the top to the bottom with the row single crochet, but since you have to work on the right side, you have to start from here, from the bottom to the top. So here you will connect your yarn and do a single crochet here, 3 here, single crochet here, 3 here, and you have to make sure that you have your 48, exactly the same as the other side, or the amount that you need, that you did in the other side. So after you do those 48 single crochet, you will do a row of double crochet, but your row of double crochet you will finish in here, in this side here. So you need to create on top of the first double crochet here with another strand of yarn your chain for your shoulder. So you'll chain the same amount that you did here. For me was 15. So I'll do a chain of 15, and then from here I'll come back with my row of single crochet all the way to the tip of my chain. But I will explain that, I will show you that when I'm working in this part. So I just wanted to explain a little bit, just in case you want to go ahead and do that part. It'll be easier to have that part done, and when you fold this in half in here, you will know when to stop for the back. Okay, so far it's like this. Here I attach my yarn. Here I finish with this one. I just have a little bit left, so I want to work in the front here before I continue. So I did a Russian knot here. I already had done this knot in other projects. So I'm gonna pass my hook through the chain space here, and I'm gonna pull my yarn, chain 1, and do a single crochet in the same space. Now I'm gonna do 3 inside the stitch, and 1 here in the outside. So you have to make sure, you have to count, because you may have to do 1, and here it was just 2 in the center. You have to make sure that you have 48 single crochet. So I had to do 1 with 2 in here. So what I did, I undid my work and I did that one in here because I don't want this one to be with 5. So you start with a single crochet in the outside, that's 1, 2 in the inside is 3 and 4, 2 and 3, and the outside here is number 4. So you need 4 single crochet on each motif. That way you have your 48, because if you have that extra here, you will have 49. Once you get to here, you'll chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. You'll turn your work around, and you will work your 48 double crochet, and that chain 3 counts as the first one. So the only thing that when you do this row, your tail is in the other end, and you need the tail in here. So what I'm gonna do is I start working with my yarn from the inside. So I'm gonna grab the tail from the outside, and I'm gonna come here when I finish that row, and in the top of the third chain here I will tie my yarn and do my 15 chain that I need to go up the shoulder, because I have 15 chain plus 48 single crochet or double crochet. That's my 63 that I need for this side. After that, you will do your row of 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, and then a row single crochet, a row of 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, a row single crochet, and 6 row of half double crochet. You'll cut your yarn and attach the yarn to this one here and continue working the back. Okay. Here I did my chain, and what I did a slip knot, and in that loop I passed it through here and I chain 1, and that loop was my first chain. So I did my 15 chains plus 1, because when I cut the yarn and I pull it through, that 16 created a little knot there. So I'm ready to do my row of single crochet all the way up and come back with that row of a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Once you finish the front, it will look like this. And now I'm going to attach my yarn to the tail, and I'm going to continue working on the back. Here I did 23 rows without counting this half of row here that I did to leave the opening for the arm. So I have 23 full ones. I count my 22 stitches, and when you pass the 22 you place the marker, and I'm gonna do the half a row in here. Well, it's a little more than half, and when I get here I will chain 1, cut the yarn, and leave a tail long enough for sewing this part here to the front and here to leave the opening for the arm. If you're doing yours exactly the same as mine, the same size, you will see that these don't go all the way to the tip, the back, but since this is a very stretchy stitch, you will bring it out here to fit perfectly, because I don't want this to be too loose. Okay, I just want to put like a t-shirt underneath, and that's it. I don't want it to bulky. So you see, I brought it here, it's even. So now I'm gonna chain 1, cut the yarn, leaving a tail for sewing here, and then you will have the 2 opening for the arm, sew the shoulder, do the sleeve, and then we will. Once you finish here, you will come here to the front part, and you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. And past the 22, you will place a marker, and then you will start sewing from this marker and this marker and this place here. Okay, that will be the opening for the arm. So you're gonna bring this here, and you're gonna sew this even. To sew, you're gonna come here in between the stitch here like this, and you're gonna pass your yarn, and you're gonna do the same on this side here. You see? And you're gonna sew like this all the way to the end, and you'll have a seamless piece. And I'm sewing in between the stitches like this here. Okay, and the same on this side, like so. Once you finish sewing the side, it will look like this. So now you're gonna sew the shoulders exactly the same way that you did in here, and then we'll do the sleeves. Here I made one of my sleeves, and it looked like this. I did 2 rows of the brown lace in here, that way it matched the front of the sweater. So it's very easy to do and fast. I did a chain of 40 plus 2, and I started decreasing until I had 25, and I worked those 25 until I had the desired length, and after that I did 2 rows of these. If you find that 25 is too narrow for the end of your sleeve, you can leave it with 30 and then work those 30 until you have the desired length. Your sleeve look like that. You see, I put it the 2 ends together, and you see this here is nice and narrow. If you want this a little bit bigger, not too narrow, I recommend to leave 30 stitches, but they have to be multiple of 5 to create the broomstick lace. So I start with 40 here because it's the perfect width for my opening in here. You see, it's perfect. And here is the opening until here, and in here, you see. So I remember I left here 22 and 22 to the other side, but if I do this with 44, it will be too big. so I did it with 40 instead of 44, and that gave me the perfect size for my sleeve. I'm gonna start with a slip knot, and I'm gonna do a chain of 40 plus 2 to turn my work around. And this piece is done with half double crochet for 29 row. Row number 30 and 31 are single crochet, and 32 and 33 are 2 rows of the broomstick lace. So you're going to do a chain of 40 plus 2. Once you have your 40 chain, you're going to chain 2, and you're going to count 1, 2, 3, and in number 4 you're going to do your half double crochet, and that will be your second half double crochet. So you're going to do 1 half double crochet on each chain space, and you'll have 40. That's row number 1. Row number 2, again you're going to do your 40 half double crochet, and in row number 3 we're going to start the decrease of our stitches. Once you finish with your 40 half double crochet, you'll chain 2, turn your work around, and you're going to work those 40 half double crochet all the way to the end. So this one, the first one, it belongs to the little hole there, so you go to the next one and you're going to do your second one. And this time I'm not working any strand, just regular half double crochet through those 2 strands in the top. We want this to be nice and soft, and I found that working with thick hook, your crochet is soft. So I'm going to continue off camera, and I will show you how to finish the last 2 half double crochet, and after that in row number 3 we'll start our decrease. I have 38 stitches. I have to do 2 more, so number 39 will be in here, and number 40 will be on top of the second chain in here. Now I have my 40 stitch in those 2 rows. You're going to chain 2, and you're going to turn your work around, and you're going to work those half double crochet until you get to the end, that you're going to decrease that one in the chain 2. So from row number 3 to row number 17, you're going to do those 15 rows, and you're going to decrease on each row in the last stitch. So you see that we have to do 1 in here and 1 in the second chain. So that one in the second chain we don't want to do. You work in here, chain 2, turn your work around, and do the same in the next row and in the next row for 15 rows until you have 17 rows, because we have these 2 here plus 15 is 17 row. And then from row number 17 to the 29, you're going to work those 25 stitches, and then 30 and 31, 2 rows of single crochet, 32 and 33, the broomstick lace. So you're going to work your, remember, I don't work in that one here. I don't want to increase. I go to the next one, the little hole you see here. You get that hole, and you go to this one here, and you do your half double crochet. So I'll meet you here when I get to the end to show you the decrease. Here I have 38. So I'm going to do number 39 in here, and this one here, and I don't going to work in the chain 2 space where the 40 go. So now I have 39. I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to turn my work around, and I come here, and I'm going to work, and at the end I'm going to do 37, and here, okay, and like this you're going to continue decreasing in the end each time, and you see here till you have 17 row, that's 15 decrease, and from here you see that it's straight, only here where I did the stitch that gather the stitch, but from here up it's nice and straight. So you're gonna do that for 29 row. That is almost the length of your sleeve. Anyway, when I get here, I'm gonna show you the last decrease, and then you can continue yourself. It's only leaving the chain to space without work. Here I have 37, and number 38 is in here. And since I don't working in here, I'm not doing number 39. You see, now I have 38. Chain 2, turn my work around, and repeat this until you have 17 row. That's 15 decrease. But remember, if you are doing this with only 30, leaving 30, to have this bigger here, that will be until row 11, and then in row number 12 you'll continue with all 30 until row number 29. And remember, once you stop the decrease, you have to work on the chain 2, because otherwise you will be decreasing. Continue the decrease. Okay, so I will meet you here when I'm done my 29 row. Here I have my 29 row, and I look like this. You see? And now here I'm gonna chain 1, I'm gonna turn my work, and I'm gonna do row number 30, a row of single crochet. That will be 25 single crochet, and 31, 25 single crochet. When you do those 2 rows, I will meet you here to do the tip of our piece. Here I did my 2 rows of single crochet, and I have a loop here. I'm gonna make it bigger to pass my needle through. And this time I'm gonna pass my hook through the back strand of yarn of the single crochet, and pass my yarn through and create the loop only in the back strand. Okay, so you're gonna pass your 25 loops. You're gonna create your broomstick lace in 2 rows, and I will meet you here. I'm not gonna do this on camera because you already know how to do this. It's exactly the same as we did for the front of the piece. So do 2 rows, and then I will show you how we're gonna sew the I wanted to mention, when you finish the second row of broomstick lace, to cut the yarn, leaving it there long enough for sewing your sleeve in here. Okay, to sew the sleeve, you're gonna have the sleeve in the right side out, and you're gonna fold this in half in here, and I'm gonna grab a marker. I'm gonna place it here in the center, and you're gonna come here right in the shoulder. You're gonna open your sleeve here, and you're gonna start sewing in here. Okay, the same way that you sew in here, you're gonna do it in here with your tapestry needle. You're gonna secure your yarn right in the center, and I'm gonna leave it tail long enough for sewing in this side. So I'm gonna secure it here, and I'm gonna sew this way all the way around until here to the bottom, and the same the other way. And after that, with this long tail, you're gonna sew here all the way to the under the arm. So I'm gonna do this off camera, and then I will show you how the sleeve look on our sweater. Here I will show you how is that you're gonna sew here at the tip, because you have these long stitches. So you're gonna come here to the first single crochet on this side, and you're gonna secure here the stitch, and then you're gonna go to the next one here and here, and you're gonna go in here, and you're gonna leave that long strand of yarn, and you come in this side, and again you're gonna secure in here without pulling too tight. You don't want to wrinkle in here, so you're gonna secure this in here. Again, you're gonna do the same in this one here, and you're gonna come with a long strand of yarn, and you're gonna come here to the single crochet. You're gonna pass it through, and again you're gonna secure this here. And now this is closed here, and you're gonna continue sewing your arm here. Once you finish sewing the sleeve, it will look like this, and here is my sleeve with a nice border here. And if you like, you can do a border at the end here, and that's what I'm gonna do. I decided at the last minute to do a border, so I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. I didn't mention this because, like I said, the last minute decision. I don't want to use the big one because it will be too big, this motif. So in here you'll have these that look like a chain here. So we're gonna work on those spaces. I'm gonna do a slip knot, and I'm gonna go to one of those spaces, and I'm gonna do a single crochet, chain 1, 2 and 3, and the same space I'm gonna do 2 more double crochet, 1 and 2. I'm gonna go to that space that look like a chain, and I'm gonna do a single crochet. We are working from one of these spaces to the other one. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, 2 double crochet in that space, 1 and 2, and go again to that space in here and do your single crochet, and you're going to continue doing this border all the way around. It'll give you a very nice finish to your sweater. I still don't know if I'm going to do anything at the top because I really like the way this look in here. So I'll meet you here when I finish. I'm going to show you here, I'm in the front, how we're going to do the front because we don't have these motifs here. So here in this square I have one, and this one another one, and the double crochet another one, and in here you see it has these ones. And the trick is when you do your third double crochet, well, the chain counts as 1, so you have the third one, you let it down here, and whatever you see the length go is in there where you're gonna do your single crochet. I'm not leaving it too loose, I'm not pulling tight or anything. I just, whatever length it gives me is where I do my single crochet. And you will see again when I bring it here, it's just right here. Okay, here I did the last one, and here what I'm gonna do is go to the single crochet that I did here. I'm gonna do slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn, and loose those 2 tails that I have there, and like that we finish the border here at the end of the sweater. Once you finish the border, it will look like this. It will look fantastic. I tried it around and I like the border. I left the top like that because I like the way it look. And from the 400 gram, I use 377 grams. I have 23 grams left. So now I'll put it on and I'll show you the end result. Well, this is the end result, and I hope you guys like it. I give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make this piece and you want to send me some picture, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stellman, or you can find me in my Instagram, Ruby Stellman Crochet. Please share my video with friends and family, that way you help me grow here in YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.